Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm going to share this to my groups. Hello, hello. So I am popping on today, a little more cloudier outside today. I'm not on the beach. And my phone overheated completely on the beach yesterday, so I never got to finish the live I was doing. And I'll get into what I was going to share on that now. It's just some helpful tips for people. Very simple things for us to do to reset our physical body nervous systems, to get them out of the sympathetic and get them into rest and digest so that we boost our immunity, we heal and we restore. So I'm just going to share some things on that, some little things I share in my groups. And I'm going to give some time for those of you that want to pop on, get your card, your soul read. And I'm going to have a look on my computer because I think I had 1 or 2 questions come through. Carol is going to be the first person I read for. Let's see who's on. Send me a hello if you're here, and if you can hear me as well. Is this sound working? Is it okay? Do I have tech issues in this Mercury retrograde? Hopefully not. Let's see. Is this working? Okay, it looks like it's working. Awesome, thumbs up. So yesterday on the beach, when I was soaking up the rays, hi Claire, hello my lovely. You're here, me. Renee, my fave, my yummy ceremonial woman. How are you, gorgeous? Of the hair done today, Renee. What do you think? Hello, Sandra. Thank you. I sound good. And Mandy, welcome. And Joanne. Hi, Joanne. Right, I'm popping on today to finish what I started yesterday. Some of you were left in suspense. Francesca Parker, my wink is at you because you were like, you were getting to the good part. And the phone cut out because it overheated in the sun in January. I know. It's definitely not a sunny today, but the fact that I'm able to get out when it's nice, I'm so blessed. We're only a few minutes from the beach. So what I was sharing were some techniques to help reset the vagal nerve if the vagal tone is down, all right? And this is especially, Diane, my lovely girl, hello, sweetheart. This is especially important when we are in the world situation that it is today. Mainly because we are getting bombarded by lots of other people's stuff that's swirling around the place, right? And this isn't the this stuff, this is the that stuff, right? And I'm not going to get into any of the political stuff here or any of the other stuff, but I want us to get in tune with our bodies so that whatever emotions are coming up, because it is like we're in a big cauldron being stirred by the wicked witch, right? Everything's getting stirred up ancestrally, culturally, we are karmically, all of the shared SH1T is coming to the top right now, and we're smelling it on ourselves and we're smelling everybody else's too, right? So when we're in that space or when we're being exposed to it over and over again, a lot of you peeps that are kind of friends with me and those of you that work with me, you're quite sensitive, right? Because that's me. I'll attract like what like, right? We'll be quite in tune, quite sensitive, empathic to other people's emotions, to perhaps sensing things more. And when that happens, it's like all these little antennae, if you want to call it that, all these little antennae are going out of the energetic fields. And it's like testing, what's this here? What's that feeling here? And it's pulling all that information back in. Now, the thing is, some of that information can set off our nervous systems in the physical body. It'll set off the, freeze, fight, flight, faint, all of that, like high alert, like we're in the Serengeti and we're running away from a tiger. So fear mainly does things like that, okay? Anything with fear in it will do that. Chaos, confusion, any of that stuff, feeling like people are being lied to, manipulation, judgment, projections, doesn't matter where it's coming from. It could even be within the self. it'll just set off the body. It'll set off that nervous system reaction. And we'll either go into agitation, frustration, irritation. That's the fight, right? It's the push towards, push through it, kind of masculine, your do, go, 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 go. It'll do the opposite, the flight, run away, escape, right? Oh my God, this kind of effect, not breathing very deeply, shallow breathing happens here in this. And it'll go into freeze, which is even higher up that scale. And that's a shutdown, that's hopelessness, that's trapped, that's feeling trapped. That's kind of near, oh my God, I'm going to die kind of thoughts. I'm afraid, I'm in deep fear. It's, freeze is also disassociation, numbing out, repression and suppression. So avoidance, right? All of that stuff is what can happen. When that happens, sometimes we're not even aware of it, especially if we're in shutdown. You'll be like, I feel fine, I don't feel anything. Well, that's because you're completely shut down, right? In fact, probably something's really simmering under the surface and you might see it come out as physical issues, right? You might start getting not feeling so well, tightness, aches, pains, nausea, all this kind of stuff might come up, especially root chakra stuff, right? Irritable bowel syndrome, problems going, too much, too little, sleep issues, urinary stuff, right? For those of my ladies, cystitis, kidney issues, lower back, all of these kind of things start to kind of kick off. And that is because when the body's in that state, there is no rest and digest. We're not digesting emotions. We're also physically not digesting food and nutrients, right? And what that means is the blood isn't getting where it needs to. The nutrients aren't going where they need to. All of the energy is moved into alert and danger. So when that happens, our immunity goes down. Your immunity goes. So if there is a sickness, you're more likely to get it. Nobody wants that, right? So that is not the reality we wish to create. We want a state of peace and joy and a state of being that is in truth with our heart, our bodies, and our minds too. So that's the state we're looking for. So some simple techniques, apart from me getting into the coaching styles, because that's something you can come work with me with. But apart from that, it is some really simple stuff to take us out of that state, get the body back kind of going, oh, I'm in my body again. I haven't escaped out of here, right? I haven't want to leave home. Home is in the body. I don't want to leave home, which is go off up here, even leave the planet, right? And some of that's happening right now with a lot of people. I'm going to take a breath on that one. We can be deep grief with this too. But when we come back in, we need to process. We can't bypass this, right? We can't duck under it. We can't rise above it. We got to go through it because some of this is ours. Otherwise, we wouldn't notice it and we wouldn't feel it and we wouldn't sense it out there. It wouldn't trigger us at all. And if it's ours, it could be ancestral. It could be stuff that you're clearing that was your parents or your grandparents, right? It could be stuff that was karmic. So with all that being said, we want us to come back into the body. Lucy, hello. I'm going to bring the messages in now. Hi, Carl. And we're going to come back in. And some really simple techniques to come back in is tapping. If anybody's familiar with tapping, hello, Marlene. How are you doing, my love? Let me know. But there's very quick techniques that we can use to self-regulate. And it's very hard for us to kind of think our way out of things, think our way into harmony if the body isn't letting us even get there in the first place. So this would be like a very first step. Actually, breathing is number one, right? So breathe with me. Notice your breath. Did you breathe like this? What's that? What does it look like? It's something that's down there. When we're breathing like this, and I'm playing with you when I'm saying this, but actually it's a really good indicator for how much tension you're holding and how much control you're exerting over the simple thing like the breath. Because when we feel out of control, we want to exert control even over our physical bodies and how it self-regulates. We can't do that. So with me, just gently. I'm totally playing with a lot of you here. Sigh. like Genie Max, sigh everything out. So breathing in with a smile, like, doesn't need to be serious. And an rather than a I'm in birth giving labor and it's painful. Okay, so that's the first thing, because otherwise you're holding tension here. And if you are, I want you to start massaging the jaw. What I was talking about yesterday with the jaw is that when everybody's going around with masks, and it's very hard for you to hear me when I have a mask in my face, right? When everybody has to, okay, some of us might be in hospitals. You don't have a choice, right? You have to wear a mask. And some of it's stipulated. Whatever your beliefs are on that, if it is the case, right, and you're wearing one, you're holding tension. You're not likely to be soft and smiling underneath the mask, right? Not as often as you would be without it. So you don't have the relaxed state coming here. You have a tense state, usually with the tongue right up at the front of the teeth, like that, which is also a holding state. So you need to relax the tongue. So bring the tongue, slide it back, soften the jaw again. Soften the tubes here, and just do it with me. You just breathe in. And now what we're going to do, because this part in a woman, especially in all parts, the very first parts that are formed in utero, the heart, the jaw, and the down below. All right, the pelvic area. They're the first parts. So there's an association with your jaw, and especially in women with your private parts, okay? All of that. And if there's tension in the pelvis, there's tension in the jaw and vice versa. So you want to massage that out. That's our root chakra. The root chakra is associated with safety, security, manifestation, money. Okay? All of that stuff. And now I'm going to get you to do this, and you're going to look funny if you're out in public right now and you're doing it and you're massaging and you're releasing the tension. Notice where that tension is. You're going to do what I call horse lips. Super simple. Proven technique. Breathe in through the nose, softly in. You're just breathing air out through the lips, creating a softness. Notice if you're holding tension here when you're doing that. Do it again. Do that a couple of times, okay? And this is a technique you can bring everywhere. In the bathrooms, if you're tense, you're anxious, it's a self-regulating technique. It makes you breathe, but then it also creates a softening in the lips, the jaw, the cheeks, the face, and the throat. It resonates down the body. Now, you're not blowing a wind force gale, okay? We don't need to lose the false teeth or anything, okay? So all we're doing is to get that like, right? Another technique that you can add to this is a toning with it, right? So when you're bringing the voice into it, you're engaging the vocal cords again with the pelvis and the vagina, all of these spaces in women. And with me now, we're going to breathe again. Soften the urethra as I'm speaking to you. Notice if you're holding. So on your exhale out, breathe in again. Open the sphincters, not so much your pee-pee, right? Open the vaginal canal. If you're a lady that's watching me here, and for the men, your urethra too. You hold there too. The perineum, that space between your private part and your back passage. So, and your back passage too, the sphincter's there. So breathe in again with me while we're doing this. And you're softening, you're opening, surrendering. Anybody notice a difference? A little bit, keep doing it a little bit by little bit. Notice, notice, notice. Anybody that has a prolapse, for the ladies, you'd be like, well, I can't do that. The reason most people get prolapses is because they're hypertonic, okay? they've held too tight as well. They've probably been going around tightened like this their whole lives. Why do I know this? Because I used to hold myself like that all the time, right? So, and that is usually from childhood, never feeling safe. You're not safe in your body and you're on edge, and then it becomes habitual. You don't know the difference. It's normal. So you need to start relaxing back down and opening. So while you're doing these, you're toning here, right? You're humming and toning, and you're creating the flutter in the lips. You're creating a vibration and a resonance running down through the body and going right into the cervix, now, especially for women, but men too, it goes into your perineum. So when that happens, you're toning the vagal nerve. Vagal nerve is part of your central nervous system. It regulates your brain function, your breathing function, your heart function, and your digestive function. And anybody with urinary issues, it regulates that too. So take a breath in again. We're going to do it one more time. Now, on the exhale, always make sure you're not holding. And it's very good practice to not have your legs crossed. Because if you are sitting la-di-da like, if you're sitting with your legs crossed, right, like you're in a meeting or something, you're blocking that flow and you can't relax the sphincters correctly. So I want everybody to have that V, you know, the man spread, right? So it's soft, soft, soft. Super simple techniques you can do anywhere, whether you're on a phone and you're in a meeting, whether you're in the car. You can do this, like the more times you do this for 3 or 4 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, building it up, you're going to start self-regulating your systems that are being bombarded right now. The next technique, and I only give, this is my last one, there's many, right? So breathing obviously is number 1. So, 10 conscious breaths. Deeply in, feel the tummy rise. You see the shoulders drop, everything gets soft. This worry line starts to go. So I won't do 10 here, but that's obviously very first one. Then the others I showed you. The next ones are tapping. So tapping certain points and the body. Now, if you are, and this is a good gauge, I mentioned at the very start of this around the nervous system reaction. If you're in fight, flight. So if you're in fight, you're hyperactivated, right? So hyperactivation will probably need a gentler touch. Maybe not even tapping, maybe just rubbing along here, because this is a third eye, right? But it's also a calming and soothing. Again, the vagal nerve is around here, right? So you're soothing the vagal nerve by just massaging all these worry lines that we get, right? So you're going to massage them out. The back of the neck is another one. Again, the vagal nerve, right? You see people do this naturally. Stressed, they tend to do these kind of things. It's all natural self-regulation for a reason, biologically speaking. Breathe in and out as you're doing it. If you're in fight or freeze response, which is like shutdown or escape, tapping will bring you back in, right? It's a more active, come back into the body, come back, come home. Here, again, these are all meridian points, right? This is a central meridian point. This helps relax the nervous system down, right? Again, relax here, massaging, tapping, thymus gland. So you can do the whole body all the way down, just tapping. And that will also help regulate. Shaking the body out, right? Doing a shake. All of these things really help, and they support and soften where we've been keeping tense. So really quick, I'm not going to go into any more with that. They're super simple. There's probably one more I can show you very quickly, and this is for anybody with vagal issues. So low vagal tone is associated with anxiety, low vagal tone is associated with high blood pressure, low vagal tone is associated with anybody that usually gets colds, flu-like symptoms, digestive system issues, urinary issues, bowel issues, right? Low vagal tone is associated with all of that. So when you need to reset the vagal nerve, You'll often feel short of breath as well with low vagal tone. Like it's like you can't really get past here. Now there's always emotional stuff with this too, but emotional overwhelm causes low vagal tone. Like it's all interlinked. All of this is like a network, right? But just one way to help you with this is, and it's hard because I'm on the phone, but you're going to put your hands out like this. You can Google this technique too. It's a common one that, you know, physiotherapists, physical therapists, osteopaths give, craniosacral therapists as well. So you're interlocking your fingers behind your neck. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm just showing you what I've been shown for my own issues, right? These are techniques I've had to use because I've had major issues here since 2016. So burnout, all this kind of stuff, right? So you're going to interlock here, let the head sit back into that baby finger. You are not doing chicken wings, right? You're keeping your hands out flat. You're not moving the head like this. You're keeping the head looking straight ahead. And what you're going to do is to bring your eyeball, right, your iris, all the way to the other end point of your elbow, like you're just going to try and look at your elbow without moving your head. You're going to breathe in and out as you're doing it, very consciously. So, and you're going to stay looking here until you get an actual response. Now make sure your body is soft, your legs are open and wide. Your belly is soft and you're sitting firm in your chair, like you feel your bum in the chair. You're not holding. You're breathing in again. Now a usual response is you get excess saliva, you yawn. You can yawn like that, right? You can even fake the yawn to make it happen. Or you sigh. These are common symptoms that you've reset on that side, right? You don't keep looking at me, by the way. Your eyes are still over there. They don't move, they stay there. You bring yourself back to center with your eyes and you do the opposite, the other side. You're not looking up or down, you're just looking directly to the side. Now I'm sighing naturally, actually. That one needed in me. That's a natural one, I wasn't forcing it, right? So I didn't yawn, I sighed, and I have excess saliva too. So that's a reset of, again, the vagal system nerve, shaking everything out. Simple, free techniques, 2 seconds. Like how long did that take? 15 seconds. Okay, so very simple. I'm now going to move into a different tact. And the reason I'm sharing this with people though is I am seeing so many people bringing their shoulders up more than ever. And they're like this, tight, 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 tight. Shallow breathing. All of it is like that overwhelm that's happening, but also the mask wearing. It is doing that, right? Especially where I'm in Spain right now and you have to wear them the minute you're out your door. It's not like you just wear them in shops, they're everywhere. So it's just like you look around and you can see a detachment and a disassociation, and the social cues are gone because people are activated. They're activated into that nervous system. So come back down and come home. We're here to create peace on earth. We're here to create heaven on earth. We don't need to go into the fear. It can be something we're observing, a reality that's there. It doesn't mean we're actually living the physicalness and the emotional terror of the fear. We want to be in peace and move through what it is we need to move through. And when we're triggered, because I get triggered too, when we're triggered, that we have simple, fast techniques that enable us to even get into the processing. Okay, what's this I'm feeling? Breathe in. All right, I'm really, really freaking agitated and angry and furious actually because, and you're breathing and you're connecting in and you're letting your body tell you and you're moving through it. So we're not going to do that here, but what we are going to do is a little bit of a card pull. And Diane, you're yawning with me. Good. So a yawn is a very common release of emotion, of tension, of everything. It's a really good response in the body. So let me see, who else? It was Carl, and I don't know, Carl, are you here? Can you send me a message? Because you messaged me on my page around an hour ago. I am going to pull you because you were the very first person that commented. and you asked for general guidance. I'm going to see which card deck your soul, with your permission, wants me to pick. The dragons instantly. Okay, thank you. I actually got a new card deck. I got new ones. I have never had Rebecca Campbell, but I got those ones today. Well, last night. So I haven't used them yet. So it's like when you get used to a new deck as well, it can take a little bit of time. Oh, massive throat stuff here. Right, burping is another energetic release. Somebody watching, who are you with your throat stuff right now, your closed chakra, and it needs and wants to open. It's actually ready to pop. What needs to be said? It's like your breath's caught too. That's why I'm like, so you can't get breathing in deep. It's like, breathe in. Oh, there's frustration behind that blocked chakra. I'm feeling you, whoever you are. It's like a lump in your throat, like a stone. Okay, so Carol Jennings, this is for you, and it is a very beautiful card. It is the white gold dragon from Lyra. I hope you like dragons, by the way, because I'm a dragon lady. Right, so dragons are absolutely beautiful energies, entities. They work with the earth. So you have the earth, fire, air, water. You also have galactic. So you have the beautiful beings from the stars, the Pleiades, Tiamat. I mean, the creator of earth. Some of them are dragons. Like, they help create this space. It's co-creation. We have a lot of folklore and myth that is in fear of dragons because they're so powerful, and their power was abused, okay, by humans. And that's where the legend kind of comes from. So anywhere that's true, we're evoking, we're sending that across all time and space. We are now bringing honor into the white gold dragon from Lyra. And Lyra is a stargate. It leads to many other worlds, universes, energy, signatures, and sequences. Just take her in. Very, very beautiful. You have immediately the infinity symbol in the tail. Have a look at the tail here. It leads into an infinity symbol. And there's also the Trinity within this. So the infinity symbol is about harmony. Okay, come back into harmony. You be, you are. It is not just this point in time. If there's a particular focus on something right now that's not for the highest good, let's say it's a focus into something that's causing disharmony, disruption, dis-ease within you, mentally, physically, emotionally. Remember, it's a singular point in time. Time kind of like doesn't even exist. It's a point of experience your soul wants you to have because you are infinite as well. Call in the infinity of you. Call in the I am presence of you right here, right now. The mother wants to work with you. The mother energy wants to work with you. The mother energy of earth, but also the mother energy of the Christic consciousness. Some may call that... I'm laughing because I'm getting two beings come in, but they're all the divine feminine. We have the Kali Ma, which is, she's a scary one when you see her picture, right? So she comes in and she's like the destroyer of the dark, the releaser of chains, the freer. She frees you, but she's fierce in that. And she's a fierce rage within her too, or fierce, what you might call, not righteous anger perhaps, but it's conviction. It's anger through conviction, which is a loving conviction, but it's there to shake out what's not true, okay? So you may be feeling a little bit of that or not tapped into it and it wants to come out. I'm feeling you're not quite tapped into that, it needs to come out, okay? And the white dragon from Lyra is about, I didn't mention the other divine being that's coming in. So Kalima is here. Kalichima kana aitiva. Kara inimo okurimene eseve. Kalichima kamara kurumene eviti ka ahashama okuru tui ke ai. Lots and lots of chords. And what I'm seeing is energy chords, right? So your energy is like tapped out of you into other people, places, and things. She is saying, bring and call back your energy right now, your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings. And you're feeling hijacked. If I was to say you're hijacked. And I wonder, is there some people hijacking your energy right now, your time? They want your energy, your time, they want you. Okay. And some of these people may not even be from your present. It could be even from the past. They're behind you. I'm seeing some of these energies from behind, but they have never been let go of, right? You've been carrying, they've never let go of. And even if we don't be on the phone with people or we don't message them or whatever, it's 10 years ago, something was left undone, it wasn't closed out, you're still tapped into that. So there's a reason, something's coming up there for you on that. So feel into that. The other is the mother, which is the loving kindness, the wisdom mother. And for me, she's showing up as, I mean, we just had Bridget, actually, St. Bridget's Day yesterday, but she's connected with the Earth Mother too. But we also have Mother Mary, and that's the Christic consciousness of Mother Mary. And that whole lineage is all linked, like that's linked in with so many other philosophies and religions. So when I say this, like it really is all interwoven, right? It's an energy signature. I'm just giving it a name so that you have an association with it. But what she is here is, she wants you to parent yourself because you're not parenting. You've abandoned you, is what she's saying. My child, you have abandoned yourself. Come home. Parent yourself. What would you do to you? Who would you be to you? What would you say to you if you were to parent yourself? Would you listen or say, I don't have time for you today? I don't have time for you today. I don't want to hear you moaning, right? If she has something to say and you're feeling it as moaning, like I can't be victim, I can't be moaning. Or if it's like, she's a bit annoyed now, I don't want to be listening to that. It's kind of like, give her time, give her space, breathe into her, ask her, what is it that you're feeling me? Where are you feeling it? Parent you. Breathe into you. Your breath is not deep enough. I'm going to burp. Hold on, that's just energy moving. So your sacral, I'm getting stagnancy in the sacral, and root is holding. How open and creative is your sacral feeling, like your womb space, right? There's a bit of like that energy wants to move through, right? That's all stuff too that wants to move through. So she's telling me you've carried enough for long enough. So it's not all yours, not all yours, she's saying. Stop taking it on as it's yours. Stop making it about you that it's yours. This is generational too. And once you acknowledge that, without blame, without like, well, now I want to take this shit out of me and fling it at someone else, not that energy. It's like, oh, okay, well, they didn't clean it up, so maybe it's up to me now, and I'm, how do I feel about that? But if they don't clean it up, nobody else will. So who's it actually hurting? It's hurting me. I'm sorry, me, forgive me, right? I'm going to do this up now. I'm going to clean this up. Anywhere I took on someone else's pain, forgive me. I love you, release it. Use Ho'oponopono, I love you, me technique will work for that if you need to look that up, okay? This is about a bit of exploration for you. All right, Carl, so I hope you're okay with that. Now, this dragon says to develop the causal chakra and bathe the 9th dimensional Christ light. Causal chakra is, for any of you not familiar with it, 3rd eye, 4th eye, this is the crown, and the causal chakra is there. It's what we see as the halo effect. The causal chakra is associated with the divine feminine. That's why we had the mother energy come through, the divine feminine come through. And she's here to help you nurture yourself, right? Bring you back into your physical body with awareness and ease and grace and loving kindness. Breathe it in, and to relish in the beauty that is around you. What is beautiful around you? What is around you that you can feel appreciation in? That'll just help you tap in, because it's hard sometimes to find it. But if we just kind of bring our focus somewhere else, somewhere that feels good, maybe that's within you, in your heart. So feel into what all that means for you. The feminine energies, thank you. So I am having Mother Mary come through, and she said she would like me to carry out a transmission to open up the causal chakra so that you can tap into that more. And that you don't feel like your prayers are being unheard. And rather than praying to, have a conversation with, feels like she wants you to get conversational. Okay, so she's saying a lot. She really is coming through for you right now. So, so I'm going to just bring through the white gold dragon. and the Divine Feminine, with your permission, we're going to access that. And everybody can have this opening on the causal. Now, before we do this, because this is high frequency, you can see like my crown is going boom like this. I'm already moving because it's so big. I want you to bring your breath down into your body. Put your hands on your physical self, not out and receiving. I want you holding yourself in. I want you holding yourself down, in other words, because you want to be grounded. When I say that down, I mean into the earth. So hands on the belly, hands on the heart if you're doing this with me and you're opening up. Breathe in, feet on the floor, and I want you to bring first your energy down. As in all of this light that's coming in, you're feeding it through the body. And you're bringing it, softening and opening like we talked at the start. Softening the sacral, the root space, the sacred sex of you. Out through the feet, the soles of your feet into the earth and anchoring with the earth. We're not going to fly off into any dimension here. We're bringing through the light into this dimension. That's what we're about. We're not escaping. We're bringing through. We're anchoring in because we need it in this physical body, in this space right here, right now. So light language is soul language. If none of you have heard this before, it is just a channeling of a tone of frequency. You don't need to understand it. You just receive it. Let it go into your body. Let it go into your ears. You just receive it as if you're looking at a sunset. You don't try to understand it. You just receive. So ut andosini yanzeo ranarararararare. Breathe, and as you breathe in now, hand on the heart, softly in, softly out, letting yourself be on the wave of the breath. Feeling all the tension melt away. Soft and easy. So much energy here, I want to bring it in straight away. Some of you are lifting off. So I want you to imagine your consciousness, right? That's you here looking out, this part of you. She's just dropping all the way down. Let her go down into the higher heart, into the heart, on the invisible elevator of the breath. Down she drops. Good. Dodi da dava sa dit kamashoro tuve tima samana kuru. Valishik wahandia waruku. Korama yese. Koala sanye. Kashila kwasano sorosoko. Indivala maturu kiniatawa. Hiri kawano kuro kumane eseve. Lano suvoro. Indiva sakwai. Ku ku ku. Kini masovana karaike. Ku ku ku. Nara. Ene avasanya u. Rumbaye. Ia sha ini hala u. There's almost a golden lilac pink coming through. You can imagine yourself now just bringing that beautiful golden lilac-y pink light in. Breathing it in. Wanye oko vega sana sari 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 kuruto fura tai foro keni fara sana kuto. So you should feel the peace coming through with that. Yantabasi yawai. Is there any other message? Oh, she's just saying, please love yourselves as I love you. Love yourselves as I love you. So it's like, I love you, me. Thank you. Receive it. Say it out loud. Hear it and drink it in. So, Carl, that was your message from the beautiful white golden dragons from Lyra. Once you have been activated and you start allowing and surrendering and going within, meditating, allowing that to come through, you'll have more experiences that will come onto you. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you, Annie. Karen, hello. Rosalinda, oh, I like your name, that's beautiful. Sinead, hiya, my love. I will just see. Anna, hi. Who was, I'm going back up to the start to see. Claire, you were first there as well, asking, weren't you saying me for a card? I hope you are. There's a little heart opening in that one too. So stay connected, stay in your body, stay in your breath. I'll do another card reading this time for Claire. And it's not the dragon cards this time. I'm actually going to pick up the new deck that I don't know much about, but we'll tune in with it. And this is the Star Seed Oracle. Do you know what, Claire? It's like I really want deep orgasmic sounds with you. Did any girl ever say that to you before? What I mean is that you make those sounds rather than me and you get together and do deep orgasmic sounds for no reason. What I mean, I'm just digging a hole, haven't I? Digging a hole with a spoon. Oh my God, we have laughed. We have to laugh. What I'm saying is, what I'm getting from you, your body, is deep and low voice tones and sounds. Will be quite beneficial for your gut and your womb and root. You're having a few laughs at me there. It's okay, I laugh at me too. Gotta. Yeah, it's like, Can you tap into the deliciousness around you right now? Like, see the sun and some rays come through, even if it's for a moment, or feel the breeze, feel the earth beneath your feet. Notice the air on your skin. It's very everything is sensual senses. And if you're in the shower, it's like that sense of you'll feel each drop going down your skin. Can you bring your awareness to you in that way? So I'm just yawning to soften into that more. Oh my God. So the card I pull, and this is a new deck, I don't really know it, but it's just what I told you. So this card is saying surrender to the sweetness of life. It's evocative, evoke the senses, allow yourself to feel what's good around you. It doesn't have to be go, 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 push, push, push. It doesn't have to be like doors slamming, books on the table, food on the stove, and it's like that kind of take a moment consciously, and I know you do this, they're just inviting you to do more. So surrender to the sweetness, pleasure and joy, make love to life. So I started off with me and you nearly making love on the live here. Right? And the card is about that. So it's Venus energy. And if you notice, you have a gentleman on a lily pad and a lady on a lily pad, and there's a lot of moons. You're in the planet Venus, I would say, with a lot of water around. So the lady and the gents, a bit of love making in the cards there perhaps. And the beautiful pinks and turquoises as well coming through. So it's a softness, a deliciousness. You know, even if you make yourself a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, that there's a ritual involved in that, a ceremony for yourself. You'll smell it first, you'll savor and feel the heat on your hands, bring it to your lips, and slowly, like that first drop in, as if it was elixir of life, like let it take you on a journey, right? So let's say it is the tea, the plant essence is in a tea, you know, the herb essence. Tap and tune into that, honor it, thank you. You know, if it's chamomile or if it's mint or if it's licorice, honor it and invite the consciousness that's within that to open you up even more. And the healing capabilities that that has, you're going to alchemize everything that you put in your mouth. That's one aspect of savor the sweetness of life. If it's an orange, it's the same thing. What does that hold for you? Where it's like that, you're imagining and evoking the essence and the spirit of everything that you're doing. You're creating a ceremonial devotional practice with everything. It's like you open the door of your door to your front door, right? Your house. It's a ceremony. I'm stepping into the light. I'm stepping to a new day. You're closing the door. I'm leaving behind me while it does not serve me. It's like you're creating a ceremony. And this is actually bringing you back into your consciousness and awareness and wisdom that wants to be open, that is priestess. We used to teach this. Whoa, chills. Whoa. Girl, I was in that class. You're my teacher. So Greece is coming in. Greece and Egypt, you taught in both places. And the Scotlands and Irelands as well. The Gaels. You've been a teacher, divine feminine teacher, for quite a long time. They want you to start remembering what you used to teach more, right? You've tapped into a bit, there's more. Mami kawaii kamana kwaiti. Ashana atava ati. And in a way, what you taught will be brought through in the language of the now. So how people will receive it now may not be what you taught then, like, you know, the vernacular and things have changed, but you will bring it and make it the now. So it'll be like a new teaching, but you're embodying it. So they're inviting you to embody that this is your next step forward in your journey right now. Start feeling into what that is for you. How good does that feel? I didn't even ask what you do. I think you're a coach though. But even if you're not, and you're working with, you know, kids, family, you're bringing this into everyday life. This is a ceremonial aspect of every day of our lives. It will consciously over time, and it's something I'm going to start bringing in more of in mine. This is to do with the nervous system again. We're coming back to the very start of our talk, and we talked about the nervous system and the fight, flight, freeze, and coming back into the sympathetic rest and digest, which is where our pleasure zones are, which is where our presentness is, centered, open, curious, tapped in, tuned in, receiving. Like that's the spot we want to be in. That's the center of peace right there. That's where we're open to all of the codes and all of the wisdoms within us and that are coming through us to be anchored in. So that's your card, Claire. I'm with your permission, I'm going to ask, can a teaching come through now that you taught? I am seeing you in a kind of, you used to do it formally in a temple-like state, and then you would do it informally, like outside with the women washing the clothes kind of thing. Like you did everything in every state, in every sense of the way. Both are very, if you had status, like a higher status, like the high priestess, but also as a woman, you know, with kids, and you were, you know, working in the fields kind of thing. Like you've done all, and you've been all in that way. So I'm just going to see if any other teachings want to come through. No, this is for her. Okay, is there any message that wants to come through from any of her guides right now? Oh, okay, so the Venus energy came through for a reason, and which is all love, like you know, love, the embodiment of love. And the balancing of the feminine energy and the masculine energy coming through with that too. And it's kind of like Lady Nada, which is associated with Saint Germain. Like there's a healing element here as well with that. You know, that beautiful healing of the wounded mother, the wounded feminine, the wounded masculine. Naya Kwayanta Deva Shuru Turukotoye Tarakant Kavara Turukoro Tuvakari Tuvakana Tukutoro Vata de Turko Tuko 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 Ti Tarak Tarakutui Nat Wati Toro Votoro Toro Totoro Totoro Yala Sanaye Kula Sanayea Oro Oto Tari Ava Isi. And just breathe and receive. That's your card, Claire. Davani. Oh, wow, what lovely, lovely, lovely. I have a spammer on my live. Do I now? Well, geez, I must be famous. Because I never had one before. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Sure, look, let them off. I'm not worried. If they're bothering ye, take your breath in, right? All beautiful peeps are welcome on this. This is just from my heart to yours, and however anybody wants to take it, they can take it. Let me see. Carol, you were there. You got that. Oh, good. Good. Abigail, I'm just seeing you pop up. And I have to keep going up and down because I need to have your permission before you read. So if you want to just post whoever does want a card, put it below. Abigail. How's your neck, Abigail? Just massage that back of the neck there, just to see how that is. Oh, nice massage down each side. I'm cracking, right? I'm just doing that and I'm cracking. I'm wondering is something wanting to be put, like realigned there. Oh. Abigail, which deck? This deck. Wise one coming through for you, Abigail. They're saying, oh, wise one, you're back on earth again. So if your neck's naughty, just start bringing your hands up and down it and breathe. Right, let that touch soften you. Soften the shoulders. Again, everything here with the neck can also be linked in with the nervous system stuff. When that's in the neck tightens, everything tightens. So that's, we just massage and release. This is the part where the central nervous system goes right up into the skull too. So you're at that point there at craniosacral. So, Abigail. So this is Freya, the goddess of discernment, okay? Discernment. I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. So what in your life is a no right now. What are you saying yes to that should be saying no to? What should you be saying no to? And you're saying, okay, because you're afraid to say no. Okay. Now, I first got with you like, oh, wise one back on earth. And the card I pulled, she looks like a little child. And what I feel like is there's an element for you to access the inner child as well. That you're here to kind of access the inner child and bring perhaps lightness into what you're going through, processing through, working through, which is that play, curiosity element. Excuse me as I burp again through the energies. Vrania wakana te o te ananda yera kwai. Vrania katana he te o. 198. I'm going to see what this card says. So Freya, we'll invite her in. Discernment can only, and this is the thing with the discernment, right? So we talk about truth and we talk about the many faces of truth, right? Truth's like a circle. There's 360 degrees of it and you go up and down and sideways as well. Like it's multidimensional. And why do I say that? Because a certain consciousness will only access a certain level of truth. It's not better than, it's not less than. It's, you know, I might say consciousness vibration as well. Like it's not that it's better than or less than, it's just that phase of the journey. You'll only see a certain part of truth to what you're receptive in that moment. It doesn't make you less than and it doesn't make you better than. It's just that's as it is. We're on a journey. All right. So discernment in that point of view, when we want to access the true is the true of the heart. The true is the true of our I am coming through and speaking through the heart of us. And that's discernment. That's you, rather than the mind logicking, well, that makes more sense, but it might not actually feel 100% true. Something might feel off. So that's tuning in, listening to the stillness of the heart, asking, like the child asks, why is the sky blue? Asking, what is it that I need to do? What is it that needs to happen? You know, asking the questions, finding the question that unlocks, and just as you breathe in, connecting with the heart, letting the heart speak to you. Sometimes it's even imagining like that child in the heart space. What does she need? What do I need, me, in my heart? And you're bringing her from here down. So you have that conversation. What do I feel? Maybe you need to get through a feeling like grief or pain in the heart first before the discernment is open for you to take in, like medicine, right? So it's that element of messaging that's coming through. And is there anywhere in your life right now that you're looking for discernment in? So that is kind of, hi Sandra, no worries. That is what she is saying, Abigail. Let me see, are you answering back to me at all? That makes sense, okay. So this is about discernment is a spiritual power that allows you to distinguish between the spirits that will cause harm and the spirits that will assist you. And I kind of want to say sometimes people come into our lives and they're like, oh, we're here for you. We've got your back. We love you. We get you. We understand you. Come, follow us. Follow what we're saying. Follow what we're doing. Follow, this is the truth. This is the way. And everything they say, and perhaps the marketing and the plushness of whatever they're doing looks absolutely amazing. The words are fabulous words. But have you discerned, is that the right path for you? And we're not saying theirs is the wrong path. We're asking you of your heart, what's the truth that you need and the path you need to follow? Because that might be theirs. Doesn't make them wrong or anything like that, but it's maybe not yours. And that's why I feel like this is coming in right now. There's something to do with like paths and crossroads and discernment needed right now for you. And if it's to do with your love life, I think you asked something around that, wasn't it? there could be a timing element involved. And it's got nothing to do with you. If there's another soul involved, they're on a journey too. And there's elements always of timings and timelines as well. And opportunities in that timing and timelines for our own awarenesses and growths to drop in even more. Because that's allowing the expansion of the soul, even if it's not always comfortable. Something around the hell yes thing as well. Is it always a holy hell yes when you say yes? Or are you saying yes out of obligation and duty or programming? Because you've been taught it's not nice. Nice girls don't say no. Right? Is there a people pleaser element involved at all? And oh my God, even this week I came across my people pleaser element that I had thought I'd done loads of work on. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even know it was. And then boundaries get like pushed and you're going, oh, why was I a little edgy there? Because my boundary was pushed. And that was not anybody else's fault other than I wasn't conscious as I could have been around what I was saying yes to, or not even saying yes. It was kind of like I didn't say no, which left like my gate open. Kind of like you leave the gate open, the cows are going to go out, like, you know. So energy will leak out and other energy will come in. So it's that discernment involved as well. Is like, where is your energy open? Where are there gates open in your field? Which is your auric layer, right? Or your consciousness. Where have you gaps that need and want to be sealed up? They're allowing attachments in that maybe don't need to be there. Or maybe you need to let go of an old attachment and close the loop out. Why are you holding on if you are? What does a holy hell yes feel like in your body? And breathe into me, release down your shoulders, relax the body. And when you ask that, you might have to move the body around to get kind of soft. Release all the tension. What's a holy hell yes in my body? And you could go around asking that all day, every day from now on. If you're picking up a glass to have water or to have Coke, which one's the holy hell yes? It doesn't mean it's the water. Maybe in that moment it's the Coke, like who knows, right? Is this nourishing to me in this moment or is it punishing to me? Because it's all about our perspective and frame of mind as well. So feeling and asking what's holy hell yes, this soap or that soap, this toothpaste or that toothpaste, this color clothes or that color clothes. Like you could bring it as a game. And as you build that muscle of discernment and holy hell yes, fuck yeah, right? It'll become easier to start to apply that to more situations that are not as clear cut and simple. Is this person in my life a holy hell yes? Or is it time to, with love, forgive, release, let go, set them free, set myself free? Doesn't mean we're forgetting about them and shoving them in the trash. It means energetically you've closed the loop out. All right, you've closed karma. So how does that feel and sound? See what that's applying to. And try that little game. Like the child wants you to play the game with this. So you're building it as a muscle. And then it becomes second nature. It's not like you have to work yourself into that state. You're just like, oh, holy hell, yes or no. And that's listening into the heart. That's your listening in. So Abigail, that was yours. And I can't believe I got spanners. That's hilarious. Wuhan Marlins. Nobody's going to inbox you, my love. You can stop now. If they are, off with them. And okay, old attachments. Have they been hiding from you a little as well? And any emotions around them, just feel into it. Anywhere, like, you know, we could always have something like even like shame or anything like that, you know, disappointment. You just want to kind of let that, acknowledge it, forgive it, and love it back into harmony if there's anything else there with that too. Is there any other message coming through from the guides for Abigail, please? There's a fairy element around you as well. Like you can tap into the elementals to work with you, and using your discernment around who and what you work with in meditation. So if you get a sense there's an energy presence around you, discernment there too. So I'm going to tell you the law of three. And the law of three, and this is for anybody who does readings or receives readings or in meditation receives information. The law of three is a universal law. So if an energy comes through, and an energy, and I'm not talking about people now, I'm talking about energies like I'm God, or I'm the Christ, or I'm an elephant spirit guide, whatever it is, right? Doesn't matter what it is, whatever it is coming through, and it's saying, I want to work with you, you're amazing, we should work together, da 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 da. And I do this a lot. I just did it there in those moments. Something, thing came in, and I was like, okay, what is this? Who is this? Show yourself. And then I ask, are you for the highest good? Yes or no? And I breathe in and I receive yes, a light feeling, true, or no, a not true feeling, not true, heavy. I ask a second time, exactly the same way as the first. Are you for the highest good? I breathe in, I receive, and I ask the same a third. You might get yes, yes, and on the third you'll get a waver. Yeah, yes, no. You can follow that down, or you'll get a no. And you'll know that something's come in that's not truth for you in that moment. Okay? So if you're opening up right now, and you're playing with like, let's bring in the energies, let's call in this, and it's of the light, da da da. The law of three is a beautiful way for us to discern. And then we choose what works with us and what works through us, right? We have the power. Nothing can come in unless we invite it in, and we have the power. And that's an inalienable right that we have as humans on earth. We call in the highest love, highest wisdom, highest truth. So if you're working with the Fae, because the Fae came through, and there are various elements of Fae, just as there are various elements of beings and light beings and various elements of dragon beings, and just using your discernment with that too. Is it of the highest good? Is it in the highest truth? Is it there? Just playing with that, asking those questions. And you can that's another way to develop like that holy hell yes. Okay, so definitely a lot of Fae energy around you too. Okay. Sura umantai tikvada atumana kadevata vuturukumane. Drink more water is what they're saying. Vana chali chikurumana tiveti kali dama. And as they say that, I'm going to take a sip of water too. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to do one or two more readings, and we will leave it at that. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? 17:24, because I have clients coming up in a bit. And before I do, I have just opened the doors to my next light language group, which will be starting in March. And it is the best experience ever that I'm in right now with the ladies that I'm in right now. They're incredible. And we are exploring in art, in drawing, in dance, intuitive movement, in speaking, toning, singing. Because there's so many ways that it's an expression of soul. That's what light language is, can come through. So we come, play with me. Come. The doors are open if you want to experience that. It's another way for you to tune and tap into. It's a tool, right? It's a tool to play and tap into the truth of you, to clear yourself, to alter your consciousness. In other words, shift out of anything of a lower vibration, to help rewire the body and the brain. And it can be used just for play and fun and all the amazing things, to communicate at a level you may not have before, like speaking to the trees or blessing the waters. It's just another tool in your box that's incredible to embody. And I love it. I've been speaking it for a few years, and I've cleared a lot of my own fears with it. So it's there. I have the doors open to start the 3rd of March, and we'll have our first call on Sunday the 7th. We'll have an opening water ceremony with alchemy of the water. And then we'll go off from there, and you can go and click on my page and go to the events page, and you'll have a look and you'll see what is the encompass, what does it encompass? As anybody that ever works with me will tell you, it is not all about the surface stuff. I don't just get you to speak light language and close my door. Like, we work through stuff. This is deep soul alchemy that happens in our space. It is completely sacred. A lot of memories come forward for a lot of ladies. And of course, we're soul family. So if you come, it is through honor that I receive you as well, and welcome back is what I say. I'm sure we've met in other lifetimes. Otherwise, you wouldn't bother with me. So that is the light language group. I'm going to be holding a dragon workshop soon, and one-to-one, specifically those that need that attention, the one-to-one attention. I have 3 sessions for 333 going right now, and they're 1.5 to 2 hours long. We go deep in those sessions. You also have a facilitation group, a private members areas group when you work privately with me, where you have support and questions and integrations that happen there again. There's a 6 week or a 6 sessions for $488 right now as well. And these are all special offers. That's down from $720. So I am not offering them for too long. But they're there for you to pick up right now. I only have 2 spots left on the 488, and I have 3 spots left on the 333. So if you want to work one-to-one and go a lot deeper, because I have many tools, this is about embodiment, not just me reading cards, come and work with me and play with me, and I will enjoy to hold that space for you too. Right, so that out of the way, that you can receive whatever you need to receive. It was Annie. Breathwork, Annie. And the dragon will work through you. Dragon light body opening up, and it's here now for you to meet your dragon. It's very fiery, it's warm, it's golden. There are many dragons for you, Mother of Dragons. So your hand chakras, if you have your hands, rub them together and breathe in. Like breathe in prana, like breath, bring it through your whole body and out of your hands. It's like your hands activate and bring in the balls of energy. So that's happening. So as this dragon wants to come through you, maybe you've met it before. No, you haven't. It's a new one. It's very deep. I want you, like, if you were, it's like like it's coming into the root. So open your root, open the vagina, open the urethra, and breathe in up through the root now. Oh, and I'm having to move because I have a little stiffness there. So if you need to move your sacral like me, I'm just doing little hip rotations and breathing as I do it. It's kind of like a snake effect, okay? It's going to come up you. Throat chakra onto kabila hikerika. Make some low tones. Mayira wayi kini mawaku. Pines. What is this? One is ancestral going down your mother line. All of the witches and the healers and the herbalists and these wise women bound and, I want to say, fucking gagged. Some of it's karmic. I hope you're okay with me saying this, like spell casting. Shut off. This is affecting your manifesting abilities. You are a weaver of words, and that needs and wants to come back even more. Third eye. Breathe in the light, and you can put your hands, if you've been doing this with the hands and playing with that energy, bring them up now. Back and front. Imagine the whitest, whitest, whitest light you could ever. And the son of the Ra, Aka, Anima Aka, Ra, Aka, Anima Aka. Ranimana Kurumi, Invergrar, Krumani, Evergrar, Krumani, Evergrar, Krumani, Evergrar, Kronim, Evergrar, Krumani, Evergrar, Kroni, Habara, Ara Kurumi, Evdi, Ara Kurumani, Divada. So past life, definitely Egyptian there, clearing that out too, and Nordic. Suru siara safasa surusava savare isi karusova asinziva atari. Kanamana sura I savrase sura sabri iraha suruko. Kundalini and the snake energy. So much karmic stuff. So Nepal, forget not that snakes were used for protection and they were gods. And the priestess used them in temples to break through fears. And you hold memories. How are you around the dark and small tight places? All right, there's some. If you have any discomfort in tiny, small, dark places, just release, let go, revoke, rescind, delete that across all time, space, dimensions. And realities. Oh. Did I even read you a card? I don't even think I'll pick a card. Your dragon came in anyway. I don't want to even pull a dragon card because I already brought your dragon came through. And it wasn't in that deck. It was specifically yours. is the card you get. Amaterasu, come out of the closet. Are you hiding in a closet? I talked about dark, small places. I was like, are you afraid of dark, small places? Come out of the closet. It is time to stop hiding. Yeah, there was a lot of golds in it. Yeah, absolutely. So it's time for you to make your feelings and beliefs known. Reveal who you really are to yourself and to others. It may involve a loved one or allowing other people to see your true nature. Burping, excuse me, releasing energy. You're spiritually supported in the process, and the Ascended Masters will help you to be lovingly honest. As a result of coming out of the closet, your relationships will deepen because you'll know that you're loved for who you truly are. Let go of the judgments about yourself and others. Speak your love, speak your truth with love, and allow others to get to know the true you. Trust your authentic self is lovable and likable, and the more authentic you are, the higher the energy and success of all your projects will be. So I love her story, and her story is that she is a sun goddess. She had a fight with her brother, who was the storm, the god of storm, and he was so angry and she got so hurt she ran and brought all of the light with her into a cave and hid in the caves in her hurt. She went there to recoup and to heal, but in the cave she forgot, and she stayed there. She stayed in the SH1T too long, right? She forgot her true beingness. She forgot her true nature. And the world grew cold and dark without her shining her true light. And they tried to beckon her out, the other gods, the other deities, but nothing worked until finally these little joyful deities brought a mirror to the mouth of the cave, and they shone it in as in they reflected the mirror. And they were laughing and having fun outside, and she heard their joy, and the curiosity sparked within her, and she decided to come out to the edge of the cave and to look. And what she saw struck her. It was so beautiful and so bright and so wonderful. She wondered who or what it was. And finally, she realized she was looking at herself, and that she was this beautiful light being, the truth of who she was. She wasn't the dark, hurt being in the cave. She was this light. And she got the confidence and she got the joy to come out. And she brought light back to the world once again when she realized who she truly was. Others then received the light. And she was her. She was who she was. So you can call upon her to increase your self-esteem and reveal your true nature to you and to others. So that is your message, Annie. I do love her. She is quite wonderful. So that is, I think, enough for today. The sun is setting here. And I will see, has anybody any... Okay, so the snakes are coming in. That's interesting. Do you mean a past life or this lifetime? Amaterasu is her name. Amaterasu. And she's in the Divine Feminine deck too. I love her story. She's Japanese. It's a Japanese story of gods and deities. And she is a sun goddess. Let's see, can I find her here? I might put one more before I finish. And please comment below if you would like yours to be pulled, because I'll just pick intuitively rather than me scrolling up trying to find. And if anybody wants to meet their own dragons, I have a new dragon transmission, Meet Your Dragon and Your Soul Family. It's on my page. Go to my page and you'll find it. It's on my YouTube channel. Go to my YouTube channel and you'll find it. And you can meet your dragon and use the dragons of the highest good. Catherine Foster, I'm seeing your name come up first. So I will pull you. Throat chakra clearing again. The high is good. Ooh. So the doors are open for you to register for the light language group. Whoever wants to experience it in art, in writing, in dance, in movement, in speaking or singing. Now I just wanted to show Annie this card. This is her in this depiction. The same goddess, Amaterasu. And she is saying, we are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. So I just wanted to show you that, Annie. So Catherine Foster, that was the name. Yeah, that's the card. I'll show you again. Right. Catherine, which card deck do I pull for you? And I'm getting this one. How is everybody feeling? Because we've been on a bit now. We've probably been on an hour. How are you feeling? Give me a thumbs up. How's your body feeling? Every transmission that comes through, even though I'm pulling a card for somebody else, an aspect of your consciousness, your energetic body, your soul needs and wants that same message. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on the reading, okay? So you're receiving the same, and breathe into every single thing. These codes can be quite powerful. You'll need to drink a lot of water and perhaps just let it out of the body if you're feeling any emotions come up. So, Catherine, what question did you have? What was your question? Put a question out there. And I'm going to... And do your permission. I have your permission. Is any part of you scared for me to read you? So I'll pull you a card. Catherine Foster. And just breathe in. Soften the shoulders, Catherine. Let that tension go. I'll just do a simple reading then. Okay. Are you a little afraid, Catherine? You know, when we first start and we start opening up, and it can be quite new and exciting, but also like when it's something we don't know, like the unknown. And I'm going to speak for me, like sometimes it would freak me out a little what I tap into and tune into when I very first started. And it could feel really like sometimes overwhelming, and I just want to pull back, like, whoa. And then I'm like, oh, but I want more. Like part of me really, really wanted all of it at once. And then the other part was like, when I get too much, it'll be like freaking hell. So I just want to ask you, is it something like that happening right now for you? And is there anything you're confused about? And just take a breath and shake it off. And are you a little bit apprehensive about fully like unlocking that third eye and seeing everything? Seeing everything. And when we see everything, we see everything. The good, the bad, and the ugly too. And the amazing. So I'm just asking that just to kind of play and ask some questions. Just to open up and feel into what's true, what's not true, and what needs and wants to happen. So when I first picked up, did I have your permission? I saw that you gave it here in the group, but when I asked your higher self, do I have permission to read you? I got a yes, no. That's why I'm asking you all these questions. So sometimes when I get a yes, no, it's not clear. There's like confusion. And the yes, no from the higher self, some part of it could be like, give her a simple reading. Don't go too deep because she needs to do this work, right? I don't want my filter to sway you anyway because it needs to come from your heart. And that's why I'm asking all these questions, to feel in more like, what is it the higher self is saying here? Because us humans can say one thing, but like they could have another plan, direction, and we think it's supposed to be a certain way, but actually the soul is looking for something else. The soul has other ideas altogether, right? And it has experiences that it wants, and part of us here is like, but I don't want that. I want something else. So I'm playing when I'm asking these questions to see and tuning in your higher self, asking you what needs and wants to happen. Catherine Foster's higher self, please. I'm going to just read you the card that came up then and bring you through that message. I'm not going to force anything with your higher self. The cosmic egg. It is hilarious, Catherine. Your higher self has plans, like, it's not letting me see. So, the higher self, the cosmic egg. The cosmic egg is the divine feminine, just the whole shebang of the divine feminine. And it is about that you holds the universe within you. This card is all the answers you seek are within you. And I started off with this as well, like with truth, with all the directions of truth. Your truth will taste, smell, sense, feel, even if it's 1.00 millimeter different to the person beside you. You might agree on something, but your perspectives are always going to be different from your heritage, your culture, your ancestry, your karma, what you're bringing through in your DNA, and your soul blueprint. So when you're tapping into the universe within you from your eyes, because you're an individual and you're a spark of source consciousness, like you're a spark, but you're part of the whole too. But you're also a spark of it, an individual aspect of it, but you're part of the whole too. It's that thing, like, right? So you hold the universe within you, which means you can tap and tune into the all and get more acquainted with the spark that you be, that individual aspect of that soul, like the unique essences that it has and the unique experiences that that soul has gathered over eons and lifetimes and from the time of its own creation, the fingerprint that it has from source. So how do you do that, right? It's always, and this is the message that is kind of coming through a lot from the divine feminine this week that I've been tapping into. This is from my perspective, but she's been bringing me on a little journey, and it's about coming into the heart space and asking the questions in stillness. I'm working through what it is I need to work through around trust, because believe it or not, it's like in a way easier for me to read others than myself. Because it's like sometimes I don't want to hear what I've got to say if it's not my idea of what it needs to be, which is hilarious, but it's true. We're human, right? We all have expectations. We have an expectation of what it needs and should, and we want it to look like. And then if it isn't that, is that it? But actually there's a profundity in even the simple answer, like breathing in. What is it I need today? Asking the heart. What is it, soul, that you're showing me today? What is it I'm here to experience? What is it? Asking these questions and breathing and feeling like, what's my purpose today? rather than the whole 20 years of my life purpose. What's my purpose today, me? And breathe into that, And it feels like you'll tap into your truth and the universal truth of you as you ask that. I am the force of ever expanding love. The more that we unhook ourselves from our stories, from our hurts, our pains, our sufferings, which are true because we've experienced them, but also from a soul level, they're experiences to learn more about ourselves, about love. How much can we expand our love, even though we've been hurt? How much more can we expand as a consciousness, even though we've been contracted and trapped and abandoned, right? So there's an element of, what would it be like for you today to ask at least one question as you breathe in and out of the heart? And just receive. If you're not hearing an answer, that you're feeling it, it's light, it's a yes, it's heavy, it's a no, right? Getting a sense of how you receive your answers, because everybody will receive it differently depending on where they're at, and also what's muscle is stronger in them. Like maybe they're more clairvoyant, they'll see something as a yes. Maybe they'll hear it, or they'll feel it, or they'll taste it. That tastes good. That smells good. It doesn't smell like bullshit. It's true, right? So it's that aspect that you're tapping into that more and more, and you're unraveling a lot of threads as you do this, like self-doubt threads. How do I trust me more? And getting evidence for you of what's true and not true. That'll give you confidence moving forward on your journey. Okay, Catherine, you knew I was going to say that. Okay. Well, that's what I'm going to end with today. Thank you for staying and enjoying the journey. And that was fun to read for sure. And thank you, each and every one of you. I honor all the beings that came through and the souls that I read as well. Thank you. Please share this in your groups. Please tag your friends in here. Every message has a key and a code and activation in it. So everybody will receive what they need through this. And this is all about raising consciousness, raising vibration. There's tips in here at the very start, if you missed it, on resetting your nervous system. So it's coming into a state of peace. Please share this, because otherwise I'm not reaching where it needs to reach. And this isn't my message. This is message coming through me, if that makes sense. And I want to ensure that that gets to the people that need it. That's it. No other reason other than that. So my lovelies, Francesca, oh my goodness, I was talking about you at the start. Francesca, I was talking about you at the start because you missed yesterday and then the phone cut off. I'm going to pull you really quick. Francesca, I did say I was finishing. Okay, and this colour came through earlier with the other reading. The Lilac Fire Dragon. Transmutes to the power of divine love. Francesca, just because I know you've been watching and waiting. Transmutes to the power of divine love, opens up to transcendent love and enlightenment. Purity of heart brings peace, hope, and joy. This is everything we talked about. So this card kind of wraps up the whole shebang of today. I won't channel them through because the energy is already in the space. So you can have a little look through again and get what needs to happen. Ari kamana otova ichima akwari imana hasavate kilia kwa huro ondani ete vaata I heshebe. And oh my God, I must be famous from all the spanners. Spanners? Yes, spammers that have been on this live, which is hilarious. Hello, my dear spammers. I can't even say your names because I don't need to, obviously. Operating from a space of lack, release yourselves from that. يتفكشني الحسا يترقى مدعيتي كنبدا. All right, goodbye, my lovelies. Goodbye. Share this with whoever needs it. I love you.